Hey guys, it's Mario here, and in this video I decided to share with you guys a couple of ideas on how to find your purpose in life. How do you find that thing you're born to do, the thing that you're meant to do on this planet? And this is a complex topic. This is a huge topic, and I know that we could talk hours about it. We can make whole seminars about it, but I wanted to make a practical video that's going to reveal components of purpose and give you actionable points and also pretty much debunk a couple of myths out there that are about purpose. So first off, what inspired me to talk about this was a little bit of an unusual thing. I didn't want to make this video at first. I really didn't plan on making a video about purpose. But I mean, aside from a lot of comments, a lot of guys asking me, well, how do I find my purpose? There's one interesting thing that happens to me every single week. I get a message in my inbox. I get a question in my inbox. And that question is, why are you doing this? Why are you making these YouTube videos? Why are you sending out emails? Why are you replying to these comments? What are you trying to do with this? And that's a little bit sad. I think that's really a little bit sad and makes me kind of wonder, I mean, are we living in a world where helping people is being questioned? Where helping people has to have a why itself? I mean, isn't that a little bit sad, if you have to question it? I mean, if you look at the comments, there's enormous amount of positive feedback. The videos are changing people's lives. The newsletters are just generating a massive change in the world, helping people, getting better results in both, health and fitness and all the other areas of their life. It's all connected. And then you have a question coming in every once in a while, like, why are you doing this? Why bother? Why make these videos? And that's kind of what pushed me over the edge a little bit, and I said, hey, I'm gonna make a video about purpose. I'm gonna make a video about finding the purpose in life. And really for you guys, I mean, I'm asking you, I mean, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think about something who's actually just someone who's sending me the question, why am I doing all of this? Which is kind of just ridiculous. I mean, can't you just help people and that's kind of your thing? Like, is that supposed to be questioned? I mean, I don't know, I'm asking you. So, the components of purpose. This is the first part of this video that I wanted to dive into, and that's something that I want to break down in three components. And this is pretty much applying for today's world, the world that we live in today. General purpose, I mean, there's many different ways we can break this down, but this applies for today's world, finding your purpose in today's world. So, three components. Component number one is happiness. So the thing you're doing, your purposeful work, has to make you happy, has to be something you're enjoying, has to be something that brings you that joy, something that where you can see that positive impact in the world, something where you help people and then it also makes you feel better. That's as a human being. When you help someone, you will feel better. So happiness is a huge component of work, and you want to do work that makes you happy. Not just other people, but also you, that makes you happy. Because when you're happy, you're going to do better work, and you're also going to contribute more value to the world. The component number two of purpose is flow. Having a unique skill set, having something that separates you from other people, something that's your mastery curve that brings you in that flow state as you're getting better and better at that skill. And this is something that you guys already know a lot about. There's many different books written on it. One from Csikszentmihalyi, who wrote a book about flow, which was highly recommended, which I'm gonna leave in the description below so you guys can check that out. But the flow state is simply you getting lost in the work that you're doing. You're getting lost in that process of improving. It's challenging you all the time. You're just getting better and better all the time. And it's putting you in that present moment where you're really just lost in the moment, right? And the component number three, which will be a little bit unusual, why am I mentioning this? But the component number three is actually money. So the thing that you're doing is supposed to be so good, it's supposed to give out so much value to the people that people will compensate you for it in terms of finances. And why am I saying this? Why is this important? Well, in today's world, I mean, money is the currency of not just to buy stuff, but it's also the thing that will get you freedom. As a human being, you have to have a certain amount of money to be physically and mentally free of stress and of all the other things that are simply impacting you in life. And to achieve a lot of the great things, you actually have to have a certain amount of finances backing you so you can pursue these goals like mastery, the goals like happiness, freedom, like all these other things that we want to achieve in our life. I mean, let's face it, and let's be real. I mean, I'm 100% realistic here. I'm not saying that it's a must, it's not black and white. You can definitely be happy by living on a tree and just not doing anything and just eating plants from below the tree. I mean, that's cool if that's something that you want to do. But if you want to change the world, and if you really want to do things that are more in line with what I'm doing, or the things that you see guys like Elon Musk, like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, like all these guys who are doing stuff like on YouTube, other successful YouTubers, for example, I mean, you have to have some financial freedom. And actually, there's some interesting research in that saying that anything above 70,000 US dollars per year doesn't contribute to happiness at all. So that's according to the research. So think about that for a second. Obviously, you want to have enough not to worry about that. So 3 components, just to summarize, of purposeful work or finding your purpose are: number 1, happiness. Work that you do has to bring you joy and happiness. Number 2, has to be something that puts you in a flow state, something that is a skill set where you improve over time. And number 3, something that can get you that financial freedom, that gets you that compensation in a sense of money, so you are free. So that's something that you're giving so much value to the world with, that it's so much impact that people are willing to just simply compensate you for it. Right? So 3 components, and this is a triangle of purpose. So essentially, once you have all the 3 components and at the center, and if the closer you are to that, you will be the most successful, and pretty much your happiness will be guaranteed if you just simply combine all of these 3 factors, and if you do that. So that's your purpose. That's the formula. That's the components of purpose that you have to embrace and work towards. So anything that you're doing, you just simply analyze that, and you find ways how to make all the 3 things happen. And voila, there's your purpose. And I mean, this is not something I invented. There's actually a book born for this, which I'm gonna leave in the description below for you guys to check out. I mean, the book is written by Chris Guillebeau, so he's definitely a really cool author. I'm gonna leave links for that in the description below for you guys to check out more on purpose. There's also books like Mastery from Robert Greene, which I would highly recommend. And you can find books on all 3 things, actually. I mean, if you just look for happiness books, there's a lot of happiness books, like Happiness Advantage, and you can break down the purpose thing into multiple books. As I said, there's the book about flow, and there's also many books about money and how to get better at managing your finances, which is the key of finding your purpose. So going further, I want to break down 2 myths, like 2 very, very common myths. And the myth number 1 is that there's supposed to be 100% clarity in what you're doing. So there's supposed to be like this clear path, like there's supposed to be that 100% no doubt whatsoever, I'm supposed to do this. And this is something that you're gonna hear a lot in like success books, a lot of like this motivational talk and all of that, like just have 100% clarity. That's not necessarily true. Think about it for a second. If you don't have any doubts about what you're doing, it's probably not something that is outside of your comfort zone enough for you to make a big change, for you to actually grow as a person. So there's always supposed to be some doubt. If that thing that you're doing doesn't have any doubts behind it, if there's no doubts about that, you're probably not doing something that is meaningful and outside of your comfort zone enough for you to grow as a person. I mean, people think I don't have any doubts about making these videos. Fuck yeah, man, I have a lot of doubts. I had a lot more doubts when I started, a little bit less now, but I still always doubt some things that I do related to this because things are simply outside of my comfort zone. And as a human being, whatever is outside of your comfort zone, your brain will generate a little bit of that doubt. So there has to be some doubt if you're doing the right thing. And keep in mind that that's kind of your compass, right? If there's no doubt, you probably aren't doing something that is meaningful, something that is important. So think about that's kind of my compass, yeah, right? Like the obstacle is the way, something that where that resistance lies. And you can read about this in the books of War of Art, right? So if you read about that from Stephen Pressfield, it says like the resistance is the way, the resistance is the path, right? That's your compass, where you know that the thing you're doing you have to do. And the final myth that I would say is that a lot of people talk about purpose is that you have to think big picture. You have to think big goals, big achievements. It's only about like big ideas. And that's not really true. And I want to talk a little bit about the level playing field. What's your level playing field? What's the same that for you and for Oprah, for Warren Buffett, for Bill Gates, for late Steve Jobs, for Einstein, for all these guys? What's the level playing field? It's your 24 hours. That's the same. We all have 24 hours. Every single person has 24 hours. Nobody on this planet has more time. Everybody has the same amount of time. Now, so what do you do with your time? That's what separates the super successful people and those who are less successful. And I see a lot of people complaining, oh, I don't have time, and then they're playing PlayStation all day, they're watching like TV shows, they're watching like all the episode of Flash or whatever. I love Flash. So I'm watching people like, they're just doing that and they're simply complaining that they don't have enough time. But what do the most successful people do? They optimize their day to make sure that every day they're moving a little bit forward. Doesn't have to be some grandiose event every single day, but it has to be a little bit forward, like 1%, 0.1% in 4 areas of your life, in your business, in your relationships, in your health and fitness, in your happiness, in your purpose. Just 1%. Just 1% better every single day. It will compound very, very fast and it will change your life. As Charlie Munger says, you want to go to bed a little bit smarter than when you woke up. Simple as that. It's very, very, very simple. But most people, they get lost, they get paralyzed because they're like, oh, I have to think big picture. I don't have any big ideas. I don't know what to do with my life. Well, focus on the 24 hours. Focus exactly on what you can do tomorrow, what you can do today, and that will eliminate all of that paralysis analysis that's going on with your rational brain, because you have the habits, you have the things that you know what you need to do. You just need to reverse engineer. You see what the successful people are doing and slowly start implementing that within your 24 hours, and you will be on your path toward that purpose, as I said, with the 3 components broken down in this video. So those would be the myths, those would be the components. That's my reason behind this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's a huge topic that I could go in and ramble on for hours. I wanted to make it practical, simple, to the point. I'm gonna leave all the links for the books in the description below for you guys to check out. If you have any questions, or if you resonated, how you resonated with these ideas on purpose, let me know in the comments below. What's your thoughts on this? Aside from that, make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the face, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.